So, Robbie, what was it like off the back of La Rochelle going into the Sale week?
It was it was a tricky week in terms of it was a shortened week. We played La Rochelle, had a massive performance on a Sunday in fairly terrible conditions, and then I suppose we travelled that evening, so we were off on the Monday, kind of recovering because everyone put in a big shift in that game, so there was sore bodies leading into the Sale week. But then we got together on Tuesday, and Tuesday we kind of had to catch up on a day that we'd usually have on the Monday. So Tuesday was kind of like I suppose pulling together our attack, a review of the game, and then a preview of Sale Sharks, and then going out onto the pitch in the afternoon and going through our plan in attack for Sale Sharks, and then going through a defensive plan as well. So yeah, it was kind of like 2 days kind of put into one, 2 train days put into one on the Tuesday.
And those Tuesday sessions, is that kind of the main session of the week, which would sometimes be on a Monday?
Yeah, exactly. Monday would be more like taking the learnings from your previous game you just played on the weekend, and then you'd be looking forward to your next opponent. So scouting what they're going to bring, what I suppose what attacking threats they have, and where the opportunities will be for us in attack as well.
And then the captain's run was just a few days later in the RDS. Can you explain kind of what a captain's run is and how you go through it?
Captain's run is kind of like kind of polishing the fine bits of your game, and it's kind of a feel-good session as well. So you get used to the ground. So it's any captain's run in the RDS is brilliant for us. We love playing back at home. And we found that the energy in the crowds this year has been brilliant. So yeah, it's great. It was a great week being back in the RDS. But going to the captain's run, it's kind of finalising your little bits of details, going through your plays, having a chat and kicking the ball around as well, and having a bit of enjoyment to be down there. And it's a light session just to get you ready for the game on the weekend.
And there's something, the walking game, can you explain that? Because that seems to be like the player's favourite part of the
Yeah, it's basically forwards versus backs walking touch. I'm not sure all the forwards play by the rules. They're always jogging. It's meant to be a fast walk, but or some of them would be sprinting, some of the front rowers. But yeah, it's basically you play against the forwards, and I think first team to score 2 tries wins usually. If it's a long phase of play, first team to score wins. So yeah, I think the backs we're leading it this year in terms of how many games we've won. So we're looking forward to keeping it going in the new year.
And so then match day, you arrive at the RDS. Did you have butterflies, or how do you feel when you arrive in on a big European match day?
Yeah, it's really exciting because we get together in UCD before we travel down, and get together, go through our plan, have a few words, and then we all get on the bus and arrive down together on the bus in the RDS. And I think the walk in is really special because there's kids there with their flags, and you know, all the support. You can feel the energy walking in. So it's really nice to walk from the bus or your car to the change room, because you can see the enjoyment and the excitement on the supporters' faces, and I suppose that kind of gives us a bit of butterflies and makes us really, I suppose, relish the atmosphere.
And then when the warm-up starts, you're given quite a bit of time to do your own thing. So how do you kind of prepare once you've got your boots on?
I usually go out about 15 minutes till we get together. Warm-ups are self-led, so whatever works for you. So yeah, I go out, make sure I'm warm and get my stretching done inside first, and then usually get moving on the pitch, get a ball in my hand, do a few tackle pad hits, and just get a few sprints and stuff like that to make sure I'm ready to go for the game. And then yeah, the warm up, once we're in together, it's just making sure you know, there's good energy, good positive vibes in the warm up, and loud communication, and making sure there's a good buzz, that we're making sure we're ready to go.
And then coming out of the tunnel, like the atmosphere we've seen has been great this year. What's it like coming out on a European day in the RDS?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think we can feel the energy before we walk out. I think we've heard Leo the Lion shouting and roaring on the on the mic, and I think Mike McCarthy as well was getting the crowd going. So yeah, that's definitely we've noticed a massive change there this year, which is brilliant because it makes that, I suppose, the atmosphere so much better for us to play in front of, and it gets really the crowd involved. And yeah, we love it.
And when the game kicked off, a few minutes in, it wasn't the start you wanted. You picked up a yellow card, unfortunately. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, just a bit of a moment of yeah, I just got my timing wrong and kind of took the man's hand before he touched the ball. Unfortunately, it probably was a little bit. It was, I'd say, a penalty anyway. But yeah, yellow card was tough. But no, listen, yeah, we thank God the lads, you know, rallied back and you know, we didn't concede once I was off. So not the best start for me in Europe, but yeah, it was good that the lads all dug in when I was off.
And so then at half time, we scored just before half time. It's 13-11 to Sale. What was it like in the changing room at half time?
I suppose it was a bit of a wake up to us. We knew it was going to be, they were going to come and attack us and fire shots, but I suppose we kind of just had a slow start and we acknowledged that. But I think once we got into our game and we stuck to our plan, we saw, like, at times in the first half we had them on the ropes and then we just let them off. So we just kind of said we need to stick to our plan, stick to our structure, and we would break them eventually.
Harrison Taylor set to defend. Leinster go a little wider and Henshaw has too much power. Robbie Henshaw in close, never going to stop him from there.
Then 57 minutes you scored under the posts. What's that like to score in a big European game?
Yeah, it's always nice to get a try in Europe, but I suppose from how the game started, especially to I suppose do something positive in the game and get a score, that was probably more important, that I tried to make up for my mishap before in the first half.
A few minutes later, Cian Healy scored and that made it 37-13. A big try from a really important player.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, Cian's one of the most senior and probably the oldest, I think, in the squad at the moment. So yeah, it was great to see him back. You know, he had a tough run of injury over the summer and stuff, so it's good to see him back playing and getting over the whitewash.
In the end, it finished 37-27, so a really tough game, but there must be so many positives you can take from that.
Yeah, there were a lot of positives. I suppose defensively, we leaked a couple of late tries, but we had I think we were down to 13 men, so we had a yellow card and we had an injury as well in the backs that we couldn't replace. So there was kind of moving parts there that didn't help the scoreline, but I think from the game we're definitely building. We're going the right direction. Definitely we're not where we want to be yet, but we're getting there, and it's positive. But yeah, as I said, it's looking forward to the next few rounds of Europe. It's great competition, and looking forward to being back in Aviva as well.
Yeah, up next is Stade Francais, and tickets are selling fast. How much are you and the rest of the squad looking forward to that game?
Yeah, we're massively looking forward to it. You know, we love playing in the Aviva as well. There's that kind of added excitement. You know, bigger stadium, bigger crowd, and I think, you know, we love playing there in Europe. So we've had so many great days there over the last few years. So yeah, it's really exciting for us as a group.